GM. Hello, Joyce. How are you doing?
I'm good. How's it going?
Doing good. I know you're jet lagged. You've traveled all around the world. We won't tell where you are, but you've traveled around. So thank you for being here with us. Yeah, welcome everyone. This is another session of Vibe Coding Fridays, where we just vibe code, get AI, get two horrible programmers, and then build cool shit with Crossmint, right? Um, Today we have something cool. I don't know, Joyce, what you have prepared for us today. Can you give us a little intro to what we're doing today?
Yeah, so today, inspired by one of the comments that we got from our last stream, we're going to build a Twitter tipping app where you can tip any account on Twitter without them, you know, having a wallet or knowing about crypto. I mean, obviously, if they want to claim the money, they would know about crypto. And today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to build it on Solana. So this is going to be fun. And today we're going to be using, obviously, the Crossmint wallet APIs. I want to say that today's app is even easier to build than and than the one that we did in the last session. But we'll see. We'll see.
Awesome. I do have a kind of question for you before we start. So I'm new to CrossMint. I'm learning about the products. I know we released a new wallet SDK, right?
Mhm.
And we also have the API as well. So for any developer out there, you have different options for wallet management depending on what you want, depending on what you need. If you have a front end or if you want it server side, client side, whatever that is. Um, with the API, I think you can do almost everything that you can with the SDK, but the idea of the SDK is to make it easier for everyone to manage all the things and have it in code, right?
Yep.
Today, are you using the API or are you using the SDK?
We're going to be using a mix of both
Okay,
because we need some for client side and some for server side, and I'll explain why later. But
sick.
first and foremost, we do need um, to start with the client side. So actually, what's going to happen is we're going to be starting um, oop, with our auth
Oh,
and
wait, let me add your screen to the stream. There we go.
yeah. So
Perfect.
today we'll be building it from scratch, like for real, like from scratch. I'm literally starting with a blank cursor right now. So this is going to be exciting. So first things first, we actually have our own thing called Crossman Auth, where you can work with a bunch of like authentication providers. So today I want to log in with my Google account, and everything that we're going to be using today, well, most things, it's going to come from the client SDK, our Crossman client SDK in the React UI package. And I'm also going to be referring to a lot of the code that's already been written for the wallet's quick start over here. So Fiona, maybe you could drop the link for anyone that's interested. Um,
Yep.
so So first of all, I'm just gonna go to cursor and I'm on agent mode right now. So I'm just literally gonna be like, hey, I want to build a Twitter tipping app and there needs to be three components. So the first one is I want to log in with my Google account using Crossmint off and get my wallet. And then I want to see my wallet balance. And then after that, I want to choose a Twitter user to pip install. And so I'm gonna say let's start with number one first. And this is just, I'm just setting the context. I need Cursor to kind of have this in mind as we keep building and moving forward. But I also want to kind of just do it one by one, because what I've learned is that it's very important to kind of just say, hey, all right, let's start with step one. These are the APIs you need to use. These are the quick start code that you need to refer to. So I'm going to say, here is the quick start code. I want to log in with Google and get a Solana wallet. So we're just gonna come here and look at how they did it. Should be app, yeah, providers, and over here, um, this one is already built on Solana, so that's perfect. It has both Google and email, and it uses the Crossmint auth provider, which is exactly what I want to use. So I'm just going to copy this. All right, so this is the quick start, and then I'm also going to give it a little more context in case it's like, well, I don't really know what to do with this. I also wanted to kind of add like a login, logout function. So I'm just going to say, and this is the link to the docs. It's just this. I'm just gonna hit enter. And so now it's probably gonna try to make a whole like new Next.js app. And so it's just gonna like run a bunch of like commands and try to download the package, obviously. So this is super fast. I have a new computer since our last live stream. So today's gonna be
Nice.
a good speed. Yeah.
Congrats. That's good. That's good.
Thank you. Yeah. Which is why I've confidence to kind of build this from scratch today. Just kind of just showing you like, how to actually go to Cursor and actually start on a project instead of just showing you like a page that's already been built. So Fede, do you already have someone in mind that you want to like tip?
Sorry, was muted. Um, oh, that's a good question. Wait, from last stream, Mind Mash. Wait, let me find his.
Oh yeah, my mash. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
we
still gonna be
yeah.
on like staging, but like,
Hey, it doesn't matter. It's the intention that matters, right? So
yeah,
even testnet or so yeah.
yeah,
Mind Mash. Wait, let me find his here.
yeah.
There we
So it's actually kind of funny because when I was testing, I was kind of just testing with Elon Musk's
go.
account, which is actually really funny. But so he now has a lot of like testnet soul, kind of just waiting for him. Um, but yeah, it's,
Elon, if you're watching, you have a ton of testing. Did you send Solana test from testnet
yeah,
or
then,
USDT?
yeah.
Okay.
I send like testnet soul to the one. Um,
Wait, um, where should I send you the? Oh, it's easy though. It's mindmash
yeah,
underscore AI. See, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so we're just trying to like just install this package right now so we can actually use it. So this is probably not going to take very long. In the meantime, you know, kind of just want to give you guys an overview of what we'll be using today. So right now we're kind of just installing the SDK so that we can use authentication. We can also use the wallet SDK together with this. So instead of just going in and installing just the wallet SDK, this one has both the auth and also the wallet SDK. And if you ever wanted to kind of see how to use auth with like wallets, well, we have the wallets quick start. This is exactly what I used. Just come to app, go to providers, and you get to see how exactly this was implemented. Um, and the reason why I gave Cursor a little bit more context was because I also want to have like a logout button. So hopefully it kind of knows what to do. But yeah, here's what it is. And then later on, we'll be using the Wallets SDK. So we'll be using things like check balances. So we kind of want to just whole balance, show balance, and then we also have um, transfer token. So this is also important. And later on, we'll also be using the API instead of the SDK. And I'll tell you why later. But basically, we'll be using both the client side and also server side implementation. Okay.
And one important thing that you mentioned there, I've been watching a lot of Lee Robinson's tweets lately. He's definitely like Cursor right now,
Mhm.
and he's been talking a lot about context and how they're trying to improve how to show the context that Cursor has for whenever someone's working on
Mhm.
some project. And I think that's super, super important because when you're vibe coding, I think the 90% of the work it's not only the prompt but also like the context. I think the prompt is included in the context. That means the documentation links that you add, the prompt that you're putting in, the files that you're indexing in your agent so that it knows like which parts of the code it should be looking at, like all of the information that the cursor has. It's like part of the context. So like you're doing a good job of like mentioning important documentation pages because indexing all of that and adding it to to the context will get you a much better result. So yeah,
Yep.
oh yeah,
Okay. So I actually just went ahead and put in my API key. So obviously, for good practice, always put in an environment file. Just for today's live streaming sake, I just want to say, go to staging.crossmint.com and get a project, make a project, and go to API keys. If you're in staging, we already have both client side and server side keys that give you all the permissions so that when you're testing you don't have to worry about like missing out. But if you ever wanted to make your own key, and if you create a new key, you see that you have to actually select the permissions that you want. And so with staging, we kind of just made it super easy for you to do it so that you don't have to um, worry about missing any of them. All right, so now let's actually go ahead and run this so that we can see what it looks like. And I'm just gonna go to localhost, and hopefully I don't have cache because that would be really funny. And now we're just gonna start. So because this package is quite big, as you can see, it took a while to download, and now it's also gonna take a while to actually run. But that's fine. Let's see. Okay. All right. Um, let's hope that it does. All right. So amazing. I'm not sure what this issue is. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. We'll deal with that later. Um, okay. Well, it decided to just say login with Google. That's funny. I'll probably change the text later, but this is Crossmint auth in action. So after I've logged in, this is what you see. So why I didn't tell it was in the dashboard, I want to see my wallet address as well in Solana. So it didn't, give me anything. And very funnily put this thing called step one, login with Google to get your Solana wallet. All right, so now let's see why we had this error. So we had this error because we want to create a wallet with API key instead of email, and that's because we're currently on client side. And so once I do that, that error should be gone, and it is. All right. So now I'm gonna say this is great. Now, after I log in, can we show two things on the dashboard? So the first one is my wallet, my Solana wallet address. The second thing is my SOL and USDC balance. All right, so to check balance, we do have this check balances action, but we can also refer to the quick starts to see what it already has. So it has a balance file. And I'm just gonna say this is how you do it. So I'm just gonna copy the whole thing. They have a few things I don't really like get free Tesla, get free test USDC, but that's fine. I'm just gonna say here's the test code and here's the documentation. So I'm just gonna give it this link and we'll see what it says. So I think it's great that these days the cursor agent is actually pretty smart by itself. It can read links and like kind of index information on the screen very, very, very quickly. I remember when I first started using cursor, and I think you'll probably want the first users as well. They were not that smart. They were like pretty dumb. Like you give them like one piece of like example code, and they just try to do the same thing, and you're like, dude, it doesn't work. And it didn't read links either. It didn't know how to search the web. And then I think like somewhere along the lines, like 6 months ago, like suddenly every single provider knew how to use the app, knew how to read the app, which was actually pretty funny. So it's trying to run, and like yeah, obviously the server is running, but I'm seeing a 500, so there's probably something wrong here. But let's see what's up. Okay, so it's funny because I copied this entire thing to it, and it's like and like Cursor did not put the use client line up there, so I'm just gonna give it this error. Although I could probably just go in and be like, oh, use client. Wait, actually, it has a use client. What's going on? Let's give it anyway. Let's see what it says.
Lol.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Sometimes
Works
it
now.
just
All right, works now. It's still very ugly, but UI is not our main focus today. So let's just see if the balance thing works. So I already have a Solana account before, so it should already show my wallet address. All right, amazing. So it knows my wallet address, and this is the amount of SOL that I have. That is right. I have a nitpick here. I really don't like it when I truncate the wallet address. And I also don't like these two buttons. So I'm just gonna say, let's change two things. So first one, take away the get free SOL and get free USDC buttons. Number two, do not truncate any wallet addresses. All right, so this is just, yeah, I mean, this is just like a UX cleanup. So let's see. And it should be pretty quick. All right. Once we have this done, I'm very excited to kind of go in and kind of explain why we're going to use the API instead of the SDK to create wallet addresses for Twitter users. All right. So, yeah, again, UI problems, but whatever. Let's try to build up the whole functionality first before we go in and try to do everything else. All right, so now this third step is a little more complicated because there are a few things that's going on here. The first one is when I put in a Twitter username that I want to tip, what we need to do first is we need to actually check if it has a wallet address first with Crossmint, and if it doesn't, it needs to go to create. If it does, it pulls that wallet address and shows it. So I'm just gonna say, now we're gonna build the third step, tipping the Twitter account. Okay, and I'm gonna say when the user inputs a Twitter account, we first need to check if this user already has a wallet address. If it does, we'll just display the address. if it doesn't, we have to make a wallet a wallet for it. And once we have the wallet address, we need to ask for um, amount input from the user in Sol. Third, um, then we need to transfer the amount in Sol to the wallet address that we just retrieved. Okay, so for step one, because this is so I'm giving it a lot of context. It's like I'm like it's like I'm talking to a human, and I'm like, because this is a server side implementation, we need to use the wallet's APIs instead of the wallet's SDK. All right, so over here we have this API reference. So we have wallet APIs, and as I told Cursor, because this needs to be a server-side implementation, we have to use APIs instead of the SDK. And the reason why this has to be server-side is because now we're creating wallets for a user that is not us. So when we do that, we can't do it client side because then we have a JWT token that basically just authenticates me as me, and so I cannot create a wallet address for someone else using the same token. So because of that, we have to use an API because then it's server side. We don't have these like JWT token kind of like shenanigans. So we have a create wallet endpoint, and I'm just gonna kind of go through a little bit because this page is a little bit confusing. So today I want to create so I got a Solana smart wallet. So I too want to create a Solana smart wallet for this Twitter user so that I can actually tip them in Sol. And there are a few things here. So the first one is you can either make it a key pair wallet, meaning that you can have, let's say you have a wallet in Phantom that like you want to use to sign transaction, or you could have a Fireblocks custodial signer, meaning that anytime you make a transaction or like you transfer a token, you don't have to have a wallet to sign because Crossmint's Fireblocks signer does it for you. So in a way, it's kind of like a custodial signer, and then this one's kind of like a non-custodial signer. So today we're gonna go with Solana Fireblocks custodial. So your type is just gonna be this, and then most importantly, they're going to ask you, where do you want to link your user to for this wallet? So I want to link my user to Twitter because I want to tip someone on Twitter. I want that wallet to be made for a Twitter user. And then, we have all these options. Just pick like one of them. So,
That is, sorry to interrupt, Joyce. That is the playground in our documentation, right? I loved it. It's really good for testing the endpoints and stuff, and you can just
yeah,
like do stuff in there. So you don't have to, be playing with the code and just go straight up
yeah.
to the playground. Just try it there. Yeah, just that. You get your API key from the console and just input everything that you need there, and you can just use it, which is super, super nice.
Yeah, literally just try it. The only thing I want to say is you can't try like a Fireblocks custodial wallet on the playground, so that's a little bit of a downside. But everything else you can have.
Yeah.
So I first of all am gonna tell Cursor that I want this to be number one, Solana Smart Wallet. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna say this is the docs page. All right, so here, but I am a little concerned that it doesn't know how to index all these kind of like hidden, you know, drop downs properly. So I'm gonna say, I want to create a Solana smart wallet with Sauna Fireblocks custodial signer, and so I'm literally just gonna be like, this is what it looks like, and then I want the linked user to be Twitter. So my type, so my linked user is just gonna be this. And here is an example request. It's for an wallet. We want so on. So I'm just trying to like remind it as much as possible because I know it can be a little bit confusing, especially when it kind of goes through just gonna do something in EVM. We don't want that, but I have given it as much context as we can. Types along the smart wallet with Firebox custodial, Twitter to be Twitter handler, and then we're just gonna be like, yeah, this is the example like request. So I hope this is not too much context, and ideally it makes a component called like tipping form or something. So this is kind of what it's trying to do. It's kind of just making an API route right now, which is typical in um, in the Next.js project. I do see it's kind of weird that there's like a an error here. It's probably just not updated, but it's fine. So yeah, so we did make something called tipping form because here's where we want to put in our um, Twitter username and also the amount of SOL that we want to tip. And let's see what it makes first because I've only so far given it context for making a wallet for a Twitter account and nothing else. But it should do everything else for us. So I'm excited to see what it does. So now it's just going to put in the component that it made into the main page. So we should have a form maybe on the right side. I don't know. It's doing a little something here. All right, so we have it here. I don't like that it uses the word lookup, but again, we didn't really have the next step for it. So maybe it just wants to look up um, for for a wallet address. All right. I also hate that I can't really see the text, but I'm typing Elon Musk here. So just gonna be like look up and it should return. Oh, why did it fail? All right, it failed. Let's see. Forbidden. It's funny. Okay, let's see what's going on.
Take a look at that. In the meantime, I'll appreciate how fast you're going with all of this. It's crazy to think that you start from scratch and you already have like a nice, well, not nice front end, but for everyone listening, I think you can like what I usually do with this stuff. Cursor is great for like it does some front end stuff. I've heard some people to like that do like beautiful front ends with Cursor. I found that maybe like V0 is usually better for like nice components and stuff, and then you can just code it in V0 and bring it to Cursor. That's usually what I found the best for like styling components and doing some more beautiful stuff. Um,
Yep.
yeah,
All right, so I'm just double checking that we're using the right endpoint. So 2022 to 6 to 9. That's right. That's crazy. Let's see what it says. So we have a forbidden, meaning that somewhere we have. Oh, all right. I forgot to put in um my API key. Apologies. All right, again, it would be great if I put it in environment file, but again, we are doing vibe coding here. If this were proper implementation, I'll probably just like give it
don't
like
push that to GitHub.
no, I'm
Um,
pushing this to
no,
GitHub.
I know. Just for everyone watching, we know. We should have a .env file and pick up the environment variables like that, so that and ignore that in the git ignore. But yeah, we're vibe
Fede, I
coding today,
think
so.
your headphones is dying because your
Oh, probably.
audio
Wait.
is breaking up. All right, so let's see. This should be better. Let me just reload, log in again. All right. So again, you can't see the text, but I'm typing Elon Musk and it should return me. All right, so it found the wallet. Oh, okay. So the form kind of just goes ahead and I want to just tip that like zero point 0.1 SOL. So it's like send zero point 0.1 SOL to Elon Musk. It's pretty nice. I mean, um it's a very janky UI, but let's see. So all right. So clearly it doesn't really know how to make transfers. So I'm just gonna say, all right, for transfers, don't try to do stupid shit. We already have some stuff here. So we have transfer over here. Um, so I'm just gonna say, okay, amazing. To transfer a token, we have to use the SDK again. Again, we can go back to using the client SDK because right now we're kind of just using like the normal wallet action. And here is the sample code. So here it is. And then I'm also going to show it like a guide over here just in case, it kind of wants to do something by itself. All right, transfer tokens. So this is the docs, and yeah, just say the wallet locator would be the Twitter account. So it should know what to do. But I guess I'm just a little worried that it would be a little confused the wallet locator front. But let's see how it indexes this page. All right, so it does know. I just hope it's like the right way to do it. It looks like it is. Let's just see. If it isn't, it's fine. All right, so let's go back and let's reload this again. Let's log in. It's like sick of me already, so it should get wallet address for Elon. So we have this, and then I'm just gonna say I want to transfer 0.1. So why are you doing this to me? What's going on? API, no. Right, why is it doing this? Reload again. All right, so it's a little confused because it's trying to use the API. It shouldn't be doing that. Let's see. We might have to go back to the code base and kind of see what it's trying to do. All right.
It's a little bit hard for Cursor to understand, like using the SDK and API, maybe. So
Yep.
that could, yeah.
Yeah, but usually when you give it a simple code like this, it's pretty good at like knowing.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's probably just a little confused. So let's see. Okay, in the meantime, let's also check, like go in and see what it's actually trying to do. So it has wallet send. Not sure why it's trying to do that. This is probably not right because we do need to use this. So I'm gonna tell it like the wallet locator has to be something like this. So one thing about using cursor is it's probably very time consuming, and like you probably don't want to waste time just not looking through the code and just refreshing and trying, because it will do stupid shit like this. And then now it's like, oh actually, like, I don't um let's see. Yeah, like it previously tried to do things like target wallet, which is not the kind of thing that this SDK is expecting. So I went in, kind of looked at it, and I'm like, dude, you can't do that. Um, so let's see. All right. Well, I hope it works. I don't think we can use only Solana, but we'll see. It's probably going to be a lot of try and error from here on. But it's fine. I think we're very close. Found. Let's try to send. All right. What's going on? Still this. I don't know why it's using the API.
So for the sending, you should be using the SDK, right? Just
Yeah.
dot send. Okay.
Yeah. What is going on here? I actually don't know. No. So now it's trying to remove. Okay. Do not remove the API. Just use the SDK for the transfer function. I have tried this before, so this definitely works. It's just being a little dumb right now. All right, let's see. For the send function. Yeah. So I tried to kind of remove the entire no. So it's trying to remove the wallet lookup, which is wrong because we need this wallet address to put into send. So let's see. See if this works. This is definitely
Oh,
not.
wait. Don't put. I think in the send, it's not Solana, but Sol. I think it's the like in the second parameter. You send it the ticker, the symbol.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I wish we had like a list of like symbols that we send.
Yep. We're adding that. But try with Sol instead of Solana. Like
Yeah,
SOL in capital letters.
yeah. Kind of wish we had something here as well. Transfer. Let's see. All right. Recipient. Okay. Token amount. Where are we getting the token and everything from? Oh, we're getting it from the last step. Okay. Well, let's just try with that. I don't know. Let's refresh it. Technically, we don't have to. That's fine. Look up. Dude, it removed my add back the target wallet function. We need to get the wallet address for the Twitter handle. Yeah, this Yeah, it's like glazing me right now. But it's fine. If all else fails, I have an implementation that already works, so we can kind of see why that worked and this didn't.
Yep.
But yeah, let's just try it one more time first. All right, what is it doing? So let's see what it's trying to do. Dude, so annoying. All right, maybe this worked. Who knows? Um, no, definitely does not work. Wallet locator. Uh, okay, all right. Let's try this. Um, it always gives me the weirdest things. All right, 0.1 doesn't work. I don't know what's going on. Maybe one soul. Who knows? Let's see. Ooh, it looks like it might work. It's taking a while, so I think it's working. Oh, amazing. All right, so it didn't put in the right transaction hash, but let's see if 0.1 Sol actually left this wallet. Let's see, search this wallet, and it should have something. All right, so it did go out. Yeah, so it did transfer to Elon Musk's wallet. So technically, all our functionality is done. But I do have like a nitpick, so I'm just gonna be like, nothing was added into the Explorer link. Transaction hash was an object. We should be extracting the signature from the transaction and using that as the hash. And again, having the Explorer link is something that's already done in this. So as you can see, it's like we have something like this. Code here. So, all right. So hopefully this doesn't break it. But yeah, so our functionality is done, and then we have like 10 more minutes, so maybe you can like clean up the UI a little bit. But I want to have the transaction like explorer link so that we can actually click and see that we have actually transferred something. All right, so if we refresh this, hopefully this works now. So it did take away some of my soul, so that's funny. So I'm just gonna say, actually, why do we transfer some soul to you? What's your Twitter username?
Yeah, it's are you writing it now? Can you write
Yeah,
it? Fede?
yeah.
It's
Uh-huh.
Fede.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
SARQUIS.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get the crypto Fede one, but it's taken for like years now.
So this one is a brand new wallet that was created for you because I don't think you have a wallet
Nice. No,
with
yeah.
Crossmint, and I'm gonna give you 0.1 Sol. So let's hope the Explorer link works. All right, I hope it works. Transaction. Okay, I don't know why this is not clickable, but whatever. Let's see if this URL works. It should work because that's the signature. Amazing. So it does work. We just have a very clunky UI right now. But what do you think? Should we try to clean this up or um,
I
like
mean, it works, right? Like the core functionalities. I think you're showing how to. Maybe we can go over the code a little bit and just show the calls for the API and SDK because it works. Like the front end stuff, it's not to shit on front ends, but like that is like beautifying the app, right? Which is something that takes a lot of time, and I'm horrible with design, so yeah. So basically, you're able to just put a Twitter handle in there. You are creating an account in their name through the API, and then we're sending it some sol. So so now, what would happen if like I have my Twitter account, right? And you deploy your app, you have everything on production, and I just go and log into your app. What would happen? It's basically that I would just log into with Crossmint authentication, use Twitter, and as soon
yeah,
as I log in, I would already have some salt balance.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So by logging in, so this part is made with Crossman Auth, and this part is powered by the provider's kind of file over here. So super easy to use. If you want to use your own authentic, your own auth provider, that's fine. But it's obviously a lot easier to use with Crossmin because then you can also use things like the wallet provider. So we can create on login. So that I think is super cool. So you don't have to sync your auth database with like Crossmin and then pass like your Google or like email account to Crossmin and like make a new wallet. We can do it for you with just like literally like I don't know, one function, right? And create on login, I want my wallet to be on Solana and my signer type is API key. I know on the docs we still have kind of like email up, or in the quick start we're still using email. Apologies for that. We're trying to change that right now, but the right type will be API key. And then just making sure that we're using the client side API key. So I got that from making a project on the console on staging. And then on staging, we give you keys that already have all the permissions so that you don't have to worry about, again, missing out on any permissions. So that's great. And once we've logged in with Crossmin Auth, it also takes care of the logout function for you as well. And over here, it's a little bit weird because it shows you like user ID, which obviously we don't have because we're logging in with our Google or email account. It shows you email, Google name, none. Again, a little bit weird. This is just all just UI, like UX stuff. And then we went into kind of just wanting to show our wallet address and our balance. So we have it in our wallet balance. And this is already an action that's available in the wallet SDK. So all we need to do is literally just wallet.balance, and then we have over here, as you can see. So we have wallet balance, wallet.balances, and we're literally just getting the wallet address that's returned from the auth step just now, and then just showing balances in Sol and also USDC. And I'm kind of just showing it to like, four figures, so it's 4 decimal points. Again, not a great UX design, but whatever. So this part, literally a lot of it is just making sure that we have kind of like error fallbacks, but this is literally just the main thing. Wallet.balances, super easy. All right, now once we know our balance, and now once we know that we have enough Sol, we then want to tip someone. And this is where it got a little bit complicated just now, right? So before we tip anyone, we need to first check if they already have a wallet with Crossmint. Most probably not. So we do have to use our server-side API and make a Crossmint wallet for this Twitter handle. So we went ahead and we had kind of like an API folder, and we had a route file, and literally was just like, hey, make a wallet for this Twitter handle. And so this Twitter handle is now the wallet locator, kind of the owner of the wallet slash wallet locator. And so once we have this, we're just seeing if we have a wallet for this, or if we don't, can we make a Solana smart wallet with a Firebox custodial signer, and the linked user is just this Twitter handle. So we tested with two Twitter accounts just now. Elon Musk, who already has a wallet with Crossmint, and also Fede, which was, the wallet was made on the fly, on the spot. And then new wallet created, just a bunch of like error fallbacks. And once we have that wallet address, we can just go back to the form and we ask for how much SOL you want to tip. Where was it? All right, so we ask for um and then we use the send transfer funds function. So then we go back to using the SDK, which is why we can do stuff like wallet.send, because it's literally just one action. And then we have the wallet locator. So we already have the wallet address from the Twitter account that we were looking up with the API. So all we need to do is just pass in the wallet address. And we had a little bit of trouble just now because we were using Solana as the symbol instead of Sol. So you were right, Fede. And
Yeah.
then also amount. So we had amount, and then we're just parsing it into a string. And then once we get the signature from the transaction, so actually what's going on is from the SDK, it'll return like a response, and in the response you have like a signature, right, or like a transaction hash, and then we're just putting it into like SolScan so that we can just look up and make sure that we actually transferred the Sol. So super simple. It's actually just, instead of three, it's actually four steps. And we use a combination of the SDK and also the API. And of course, to use the API, you do need a server-side API key. So again, if you have a staging project where you have keys that have all the permissions that you ever need, so you literally just copy this and just put it in and use it with the API endpoints. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, Everything, we use nothing, right, except for the documentation that we already have, and with some help from the wallet quick start repo.
And
And
some
that's it.
little help of AI as well, cursor
Oh
agents.
yeah, of course, cursor. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but totally, it's a super simple like kind of setup, and it shows how you can combine a few Crossmint products to just use whatever use case you have. And I think the highlight would be the send function, which is super simple, and also the balances one. The idea of the new SDK is to abstract as much possible all the Web3 complexity from the wallet management, and a lot more changes and improvements are coming. So yeah, stay tuned. And yeah,
Yep.
I think this is awesome. Thank you, Joyce. Yeah, I don't know what you'll cook for the next time, but this was super, super nice, and really, really helpful. I think it shows a little bit about the Crossmint products, the new wallet SDK, and how you can just create a wallet for someone that is not into Web3 and just send them some money before they even have a wallet,
Yep.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, anything else to add?
Nope. I think that's pretty much all. And hopefully we do something a little different next time. Not just with wallets. I think if we do something in the agent space, that's gonna be super interesting.
Yeah, I think for the next time, so for the next one, I think we'll start collecting some ideas from the community and just build something that people are interested in, that request them. I think something agent related would be super cool, and especially something around like maybe World Store or something like that, where we let an agent buy something. So that could be cool as well. We'll
Yep.
see. We'll see.
Ooh.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Awesome. Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.